I'm David Glover and I'm speaking to you from outside Halifax's old parish church, today known as Halifax Minster. This is the oldest building that survives in Halifax town centre, and it has seen masses of changes since its foundation back in the early 1100s. Here be dragons. You'll see this very fine dragon at the east end of the minster, very high up, and along with other gargoyles and similar, they decorate quite an ornate section, which is only really accessible easily by ladder or by bird. We're currently looking up at some of the renovation work done about 20 years ago, when the stonework of the building was put to rights, and if you look very carefully you will see the carving of a figure of a head right on top of one of those pinnacles, and that was of the church architect at the time, Mr. Pickles. So this building is moving onwards from the 12th century into the 21st century. Looking at this shot, you will see a royal lion of King Henry VI, which is said to date this part of the minster to around about the year 1440. If we look across at the hillside, that is Beacon Hill over there, rising to the east of Halifax Minster. There is a right-of-way, an old route going up that hillside, which is not accessible by vehicles today, but which for many centuries was in fact the main route of Halifax to the east, and going in the direction of Wakefield and of Leeds. And you had to climb a very steep routeway above the town in that direction. This route fell into a bad state years ago and had to be restored. It was restored with the support and help of Halifax Civic Trust going back to the 1960s and 70s, and ever since then there has been access through up the hillside, over in the direction of Hipperholme towards the east, and further over towards Shibden and Shibden Hall. Where we are today, we're standing outside the place of baptism of Anne Lister. Anne Lister was baptised at Halifax Parish Church in 1791. She was brought back here for burial in 1841. And many times Anne Lister, who as many of you may realise, was the lady featured in the wonderful series last year by HBO BBC Lookout Point, called Gentleman Jack, and we're trying to promote her in the landscape in Halifax at present. Many times she'd have climbed that hillside to get to her home at Shibden Hall.
Here we can see David walking up the track out of Halifax.
What we're looking at now is lower down towards Shibden, not on the ancient route, but on a lane, or just off a lane, going down from Beacon Hill towards Shibden Hall. This unusual survival is in fact the vent tunnel of a coal mine erected in the 1830s under the auspices of Anne Lister of Shibden Hall. And it is known as the Walker Tower, after her partner Anne Walker. There are very few ancient mine vent tunnels surviving in the whole country, and a couple of years ago, with the help of others, Halifax Civic Trust petitioned the Borough Council to have the top of this tower restored because it was in danger of falling down, and the council did their very best to do so with the available facilities.
This is the view of the actual beacon at the top of Beacon Hill, and we can follow around the hillside past the wind farm at Ogden and around the whole of the vista from the top of Beacon Hill. Towards the end of this section you will see the Peace Hall and then the top of the Borough Market.
My final steps take me downhill into the Paisley Shore Gardens in front of the hall, wonderfully restored in recent years. Passing the 600-year-old frontage, I aim for the doorway, where I shall wave at the staff inside. My aim is to show you the blue plaque placed alongside the door by Halifax Civic Trust and unveiled by the Mayor of Calderdale in memory of Anne Lister on her birthday in April 2019. I hope this brief presentation has given you a fresh angle as to Halifax and its environs in connection with Halifax Civic Trust. Thank you.